Hey Bio Buddies, we got another nature-filled adventure for you. Today we're in the Central African savannah and we're hunting for the monstrous predator, the bald python. These ferocious animals can get to 6 feet in length. Of course the males are a little smaller, with them only being 4 foot. Today we're going to try and find them. Normally they live in small mammal burrows with dark brown and tan colorations. They make it very hard, except for the master hunters like me to see. Right now it might be hard to find one though, because they like to sunbathe, and as you can see we're having some weather problems. But let's check in this burrow over here, maybe we can get lucky. I wouldn't try this at home, kids, because they can wrap around your neck and strangle you like that. Oh, my lucky day! We got one right here! Normally they're curled up into balls, where they get their name, the bald python. They like to hide their necks and their heads so the predators can't get at them. This one, I don't know what's wrong with it. He seems inactive, probably because of the temperature. Normally they need it to be a little hotter for them to go hunt for their food. Let's try and scare him off though. As you can see, it's a snake, so this has no limbs. It moves mostly with its vertebrae. We should see if we can leave it alone and try and find a mouse. They use sensors. Don't try this at home, kids. I'm going to try and pick the snake up. They use sensors on the front of its nose for heat-seeking vision. You see, they're along here. And when they find their prey, they'll stick their tongues out and smell them, and use the sensor to heat things on their nose. Let's leave it alone, see if it goes after it. I see a mouse right there. What of its main prey? We got mouses, amphibians. Sometimes they even eat other snakes. Oh, she's moving. We know this is a female. As you can see, she's a little larger in life. Oh, come on. Go after it. Again, children, professional here. Don't get this close to these fellas in the wild. They might nip your neck off. Seems to be sluggish today. Come on, Bessie. Let's go. A lot of the time, the mouse is completely unaware of the camouflage. One of the adaptations they have to hunt food better. Oh, she's got her! She's got her! She uses the teeth, are normally stuck in the back of her throat, to launch at her. Then she constricts her. That's what ball pythons are, the constrictor. They'll completely squish them until they're suffocated. Then once the animal is completely dead, oh, this one's kind of squirming a little bit still, they'll take it and they'll gorge in it. They can actually fit anything in their head that opens as big as their mouth, because they can dislocate their jaws. I wonder if she'll eat for us. Okay, now we're going to leave this magnificent beast to get the prey that she's caught so easily. Now this might seem impressive in the daylight, but they're even accurate to 0.003 of a degree with their pit sensors on their nose. In dim lighting, their eyes especially adapt to that. So they can just lunge at their prey and get you. In our next section, we'll be talking about where these beautiful, majestic predators come from. Hatch from little hatchlings and just pop out. In this next section, we look at the miracle of life. Some will sometimes even crawl into the water to fix the humidity of her nest, crawling out of it and then shimmering her body to make the humidity of her nest perfect for her hatchlings. We can even see one now. Look. Watch as she shimmers around the water to get herself nice and wet. I've scouted this area before many days, and right now I see a female clutch around her eggs. Gotta be quiet though, we can't spook her. Females, come close. Females reach maturity about 30 months. Males a little younger. It's about 20 months, 16 months or so. This female right now clutched around her eggs, about 4 to 11 normally, leathery sacks holding their young. She's trying to protect them from the hot air and predators. If it gets below 90 degrees, she'll even rhythmically move her muscles to stimulate the air and make it hotter. It's getting closer. As you can see, she's a great mother when they're in their hatchlings. But once the hatch she's done, she just gets the hell out of here.
The genus of these mighty snakes is Python regius, mostly being eaten by humans, wild boar, leopards, birds of prey, hedgehogs, and even bigger snakes, these crazy animals. Pythons are oviparous, meaning they lay eggs and have little development inside the female. Their eggs are leathery to protect them from the harsh outside environment. They live up to 15 years in the wild and from region to region have different patterns depending on where they need to camouflage. Ball pythons and the pheidonid snakes, and closely related to the worm lizard. Other closely related pythons are the African rock python, the block-headed python, the Burmese python, carpet pythons, green tree pythons, Indian python, olive python. During the colder months, these crazy snakes can't even feast because their body temperatures drop too low for them to digest things properly. Mostly being solitary animals, during the dry months they live in burrows underground and are great climbers, but mostly are found on the ground. Pythons go into something similar to hibernation called estivation. This is where an animal will remain dormant and have a lower metabolic rate. These animals are nowhere near extinct. They're actually prolific, meaning they're thriving in their environment. In the food web, ball pythons are predators, eating mostly small birds, small lizards, small mammals, and other things they can get their mouth around. Pythons have a giant impact on the ecosystem. Without them, their prey would run rampant, eating all of the producers. This would eventually cause these prey animals to go extinct and then follow that up the food web, since all of them are interdependent on each other.